Brought to you by Express Care Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
Welcome back. Whether you visited the doctor to get your annual physical or you've had to visit the emergency room for something more serious, no doubt you've had a case of sticker shock when it comes to paying the bill. Healthcare costs have been rising for the last several years, and it's estimated that Americans spend more than $2 trillion each year on healthcare costs alone. While elected leaders in the nation's capital keep throwing out ideas of how to make healthcare more affordable, fortunately for us on Guam, we've got Express Care's Dr. Jitka Lom here to give us some tips on how to save money on healthcare costs. Thanks so much for coming in, Doc.
Thank you.
So let's talk about some of the ways that people can save money. I mean, healthcare is costing so much money these days. People, you know, the rising cost of living on Guam. How can people save on healthcare?
Well, Mindy, I think the most important thing we're talking about here is empowerment and making yourself responsible for your health. Of course, there are some unavoidable things that happen in life, but many things in your own health you can affect and improve. So focusing on the best health that you can be in is very important so that you can avoid the healthcare costs in the first place. So I think it's very important to take proactive action so that you can maintain a healthy weight, you eat well, you don't smoke, you don't drink excessive amounts of alcohol, you don't do drugs, you take care of safety issues such as wearing seat belts, such as wearing a helmet if you ride a bike or a scooter. These are basic things that you can do along with washing your hands that can help keep you well. So once you're well as you can be, then your costs will definitely go down. Now on the other hand, if you become ill, then you need to access the healthcare system. What you want to do is avoid going to the emergency department at all costs. Again, take care of things when they're small. Don't wait until they're big. I hear all the time, I was hoping it would go away, something small that could have been taken care of. Mm-hmm. So if you spend a little bit when there's a small problem, you'll avoid a bigger problem later on, just like with a car maintenance. As far as other things you can do, you can make sure that you take advantage of the things that your health insurance does offer. If you have health insurance, go and get your annual health exam. Most of the time that is covered to a great degree, if not 100%, by most insurance companies. So you have an annual health exam to ensure again that you're healthy. As far as medication, there are many things that you can do there as well. We're going to talk about that in a little while, but one of the things you can do is ask for generic medications rather than brand name, because most of the time it's the same.
Okay. What are some healthy habits to help control healthcare costs? I mean, you were talking about something as simple as wearing your seatbelt, you know,
yeah.
Of course, in the event that you got into a crash.
Yeah.
But what are some other tips you have?
Well, you know, most of the time people come to the doctor because of infections. If you wash your hands frequently during the day, you're going to prevent most of that. Coughs, colds, sore throats, all of that can be prevented. Diarrhea can be prevented if you wash your hands. And you should wash your hands for as long as it takes to sing happy birthday, and with warm water and soap. And these are simple things, but they make a huge difference. Teaching your children to wash their hands so that they don't get sick. As far as other things, eating healthfully, choosing foods that are good for your body rather than processed foods, eating lots of fruits and vegetables, drinking lots of water, and most of all, exercising. How can you expect to stay well if you don't take care of your body? It's your responsibility. If you do that, you'll end up spending less. And smoking is just such an obvious example. All the money that people spend on cigarettes and then on their coughs and colds and sore throats, if they would just stop smoking, that wouldn't happen to them.
Now, you did touch on this briefly, as how can you cut back on prescription drug costs?
Yeah.
And you mentioned going generic.
Go generic. Another very good thing to know about is that if you are on a long-term medication, you can get a discount as far as if you get a 90-day supply from your doctor, from off-island pharmacy, or even certain local pharmacies. 90 days of some blood pressure medicines, for example, will only cost $10 or $15. That's pennies a day. Also, some medicines, you can split them in half. It's the same price. For example, if you have Lipitor, that's a common medicine that's used for cholesterol. If you have 80 milligram, it's the same price as a 20. So you can actually take that pill and cut it into little quarters and save a quarter of the amount.
Great ideas,
Yeah.
definitely, Doc. Thank you. Stay tuned. We'll have the viewer questions coming up.